Number 1. Motion after effect. Ever stared at a moving image, then look away, only to see everything around you zooming and moving? That's the motion after effect. Your eyes try to adapt to the movement, causing stationary objects to appear to breathe or move. Number 2. Ames room. In an Ames room, things aren't as they seem. Though both sides have the same height, the clever design makes one side appear smaller, while the other seems larger. It's all about perspective. Number 3. Flashed face distortion effect. The flash face distortion effect is eerie. Stare at the center, and faces on the sides start to look deformed. It's like something out of a horror movie. Number 4. Stepping feet illusion. Watch closely, as these two buses seem to move step by step. But when we remove the background, it revealed that the contrast between the buses and the background creates this illusion. Number 5. Silencing effect. Keep your eyes on the center. Notice how the balls changing color seem to stay the same when rotating? It's harder to notice changes on moving objects, creating this mesmerizing effect. Number 6. Afterimage. Stare at the image, then look at a white screen. You'll see a negative afterimage thanks to the chemical activity in your retina. It's like seeing a ghost image of what you just looked at. Number 7. Color dove illusion. Focus on the 4 dots in the center. This illusion uses afterimage mechanisms to create existing images, like faces. You should be seeing a picture of Jesus right about now. Number 8. Impossible object. Check out this mind-boggling impossible object. It looks like a 3D figure, but can't exist in reality. It's a visual trick that challenges our perceptions of space. Number 10. Hybrid image. Look closely at this image. From a short distance, you see Albert Einstein, but step back and it transforms into Marilyn Monroe. It's all about combining low and high spatial frequencies to create a dual image. Number 11. Ponzo illusion. In the Ponzo illusion, the upper line looks longer because our brain interprets the upper part as receding into the distance. It's all about how our brain processes depth cues, making us perceive 2D images as 3D. Number 12. Poggendorf illusion. Take a closer look at this image. It seems like a blue line continues from the black one, but it's actually the red line. This illusion tricks our brain perception of angles and shapes. Number 13. Forced perspective. Forced perspective is a clever technique that manipulates how objects appear in relation to each other and their surroundings. Think of those tourist photos where people seem to hold up famous landmarks. It's all about playing with depth perception. Number 14. Barber pole illusion. Did you know that the stripes on a barber pole don't actually move up and down? It's an optical illusion created by rotating diagonal lines, making it seem like the stripes are in motion. Your eyes can play some sneaky tricks on you. Number 15. Zollner illusion. These lines might seem like they're not parallel, but watch what happens when we remove the shorter ones. It's a trick of the eye caused by the angle of the shorter lines, making the longer ones appear to converge. Number 16. Cafe wall illusion. Check out this illusion. The lines might seem sloped, but they're actually parallel and straight. It's the alternating black and white tiles that create the optical illusion of slanting lines. Change the colors and the effect disappears. Number 17. Wan illusion. Are the 2 red lines straight or bowed inwards? They are actually straight, but the background lines distort our perceptions, making them appear bent. It's all about how our brain interprets visual information. Number 18. Fraser spiral. The Fraser spiral, also known as the false spiral, tricks us into seeing a spiral where none exists. It's actually just a series of concentric circles, but our brain interprets them as a twisting shape. Our eyes can be easily fooled. Number 19. Vertical-horizontal illusion. Take a look at these 2 lines. Which one is longer? Surprise, they're both the same length. This illusion plays with our perception of line length and orientation, tricking us into seeing differences where there are none. Number 20. Crater illusion. Ever seen a crater or hole appear as a mountain? It's all thanks to our brain's interpretation of light and shadows. Our eyes expect light to come from above, so when it doesn't, we perceive depth incorrectly. Optical illusions like this one keep us guessing. Number 21. Kanisa triangle. Behold the Kanisa triangle. Even though there are no lines or color changes, our brains perceive a bright white triangle. It's a fantastic example of how our brain fills in missing information to create shapes and patterns. Number 22, kinetic depth effect. Watch closely as this spinning dance seems to change directions. Without visual cues for depth, our brain struggles to determine the dancer's movement. It's a fascinating example of how our brains interpret motion. Number 23, rotating snakes. These circles might look like they're moving, but they're actually stationary. It's a stroboscopic effect combined with contrast and small eye movements that trick our brain into perceiving motion where there is none. Number 24, beta movement. In beta movement, our brain perceives movement instead of random circles appearing and disappearing. It's the same principle behind the famous snake game, where our brain fills in the gaps to create motion. Number 25, phi phenomenon. Ever noticed how a series of still images can create the illusion of a continuous motion? That's the phi phenomenon at work. It's the same principle behind animations and flashing lights, fooling our brain into perceiving movement. Number 26, thaumatrope. The thaumatrope is a simple yet effective illusion. When two images are rapidly flipped, our brain combines them into one, creating the illusion of a single image. It's like magic happening right before your eyes. Number 7, Necker cube. The Necker cube is a classic optical illusion. Depending on how you look at it, the cube can appear to flip between two different orientations. It's a great example of how our brain interprets ambiguous visual information. Number 28, Ames window. The Ames window is a mind-bending illusion that challenges our perception of space and depth. Even though it looks like a regular window, it's actually a cleverly constructed optical illusion. What you see might not always be what's really there. Number 29, moire pattern. When two similar patterns overlap, they create a moire pattern that seems to move or vibrate. It's a fascinating example of how interference between patterns can create unexpected visual effects. Our eyes can be easily fooled by intricate designs. Number 30, autokinetic effect. Ever stared at a stationary point of light in a dark room and noticed it moving? That's the autokinetic effect at play. It's an illusion caused by small involuntary eye movements, making the eye appear to drift or dance in the darkness. Number 31, Mueller-Lyer illusion. In the Mueller-Lyer illusion, lines of equal length appear different due to the addition of arrows or fins at the end. Even though our logical brain knows that they're the same length, our visual perception is fooled by the surrounding context. Number 32, Hermann grid illusion. The Hermann grid illusion creates ghost-like gray blobs at the intersections of white lines on a black background. This effect disappears when you focus directly on the intersections, demonstrating how our peripheral vision can play tricks on us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mind-bending content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.